Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Regita Abdullah. Strategies training in the teaching of reading comprehension for evil learners in Indonesia. Journal agency. Journal title Strategy Training in the Teaching of Reading Comprehension for EFL Learners in Indonesia. Writer Junaidi Mistar Alvan Juhairi and Novita Yanti. Refer Regita Abdullah. Next abstract. The study investigates the effect of reading strategy training on the students' literal and inferential reading comprehension. The training involved three core strategies: protecting, text mapping, and summarizing. To achieve the purpose of this study, a quasi-experimental design was called, with the experimental group being given reading strategy training and the control group being trained in business as usual math. The subjects were students of two classes in a vocational senior high school in Java, Indonesia. The students scored in the mid-semester teacher-made tests of English were used as the covariates to control possible initial difference between the two groups. Moreover, a test of reading comprehension was developed to measure the effect of the treatment. The analysis of covariance and foci yielded that the experimental group outperformed the control group in both literal and inferential reading comprehension level. Implications of this finding of classroom teaching are discussed. Next, introduction. This article reports a study of reading strategy training to the teach students of a vocational high school in Indonesia. More specifically, the study is made investigating the effectiveness of reading strategy training on students' literal and inferential reading comprehension skill. Literal comprehension skill is the ability to understand information that is stated explicitly in the text. Thus, when students read for literal meaning, they are concerned merely with surface messaging. Meanwhile, inferential comprehension skill refers to the ability to go beyond what is stated directly, to understand what the word means by probing for different meanings clearly. Next, research method. Number 1. Research subject and instrument. The research was quasi-experimental and two classes of GRD, 10 students of Office Administration Department of a public vocational school in Mojokerto at Java, Indonesia were used as the subject of the study. 36 students of Class A were tried at the experimental group transferring reading strategy training, and 35 students of Class B as the control group took reading comprehension skill using a conventional technique. Number 2. Teaching products. The teaching learning process was carried out in 12 sessions, and each session lasted in 19 minutes. One reading text was discussed in one meeting so that 12 reading pages, each of which was about 30 years old long, were used for the instructional material. The types of the being using were descriptive text, products, and reports. Number 3. Data analysis. Thus, the two sets of data were analyzed using a statistical technique called analysis of covariance and vocab balance. 2 years 5 minutes that and foci is highly statistical analysis to be used when the result cannot using subject randomly into group as such. They has used the technique group inside such as class of students. The analysis was completed using SPSS 224 Windows program. Next discussion, the application of reading strategy of predicting. The mapping and summarizing trains the student to identify their correct semata as they will have to underline their poor knowledge of the text topic in order to be able to character good prediction of the text context. Moreover, text mapping and summarizing training extend to student knowledge of formal semata because one step in training session is teaching in the traditional organization structure of the text being dealt with. The implication of the finding of the present research to the region of reading comprehension is that reading strategy, such as predicting, text mapping, and summarizing, are worth employing even for students of English as foreign language with an elementary level for proficiency. Thus, this of English should be encouraged to establish state reading strategy in their class of reading comprehension. Next conclusion. An important goal of reading instruction is to help students to become strategy readers in the sense that they will be able to use effective reading strategies to gain better comprehension. The present research has revealed that the student ability of grasping literal and inferential comprehension from given passage was significantly enhanced through training in the use of reading strategy, including protecting, text mapping, and summarizing. The effectiveness of this strategy has been found among Indonesian students of a vocational senior high school learning English as a foreign language. Thus, reading strategy training should be incorporated to regular reading instructional so that the student will acquire effective reading strategy to facilitate good comprehension. In other words, in order to facilitate the reading comprehension of readers, such strategies should be implemented within the normal syllabus and as part of the reading text, and the teacher should be more attentive to this strategy and try to only teach the others how to apply stick in actual process of reading. Next, critics. English teachers should feature improve the quality of their teaching by giving students assessment about reading and practicing them directly by students. In addition, it is necessary to pay attention to reading the text and summarizing the theory properly and correctly. Reading strategies are also very important to be included in the normal syllabus and as part of engagements. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.